And welcome to Homestead Miami Speedway, site of tonight's ARC Music Xfinity Series Championship race. And we got Hayden Lowell in the booth, the birthday boy, and your favorite track has to be a nice little combination for you. Got a few cars out on track. You can go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, we're here at Homestead Miami Speedway. My favorite intermediate oval on the iRacing service, and it's not particularly close. Final four tonight for the ARC Music Xfinity Series season. That would be the 16 of Blake Giglio, the 32 of Garrett Wolfenbarger, the 51 of Brad Wilson, and the 63 of Travis Martin. We'll see which one of those cars can finish in front of the other three and claim the Season 10 championship.
Hard to believe it's already been 10 seasons of Xfinity, but it's been a lot of fun. You've been here for most of them.
I've been here for ever since you brought Travis along, and been fun ever since.
Garrett Wolfenbarger, the early leader on the leaderboard with a 33.407. We saw, what, a 32.86 on practice lap there.
Indeed. So we'll see what he can do this time around. Is he going to send it in to the bottom in 3 and 4? Not what I would have expected, but...
And tires are squealing.
They are out of turn 4. We'll see what he can do as he goes 33.0, which is going to move him to second behind Casey Graves, who ran a 33.011.
Wilson clocks in third with the 33.08. Travis goes fourth. So championship contenders second, third, and fourth as we wait for Blake Giglio. He's just now getting out there on his warm-up lap. Right on board.
Lucas Hoytsma out here lap 2. He's going to come off of turn 4 as you're riding along with Blake. Lucas, the best car in the regular season, just mechanical issues plagued him in the playoffs. And he does go top of the board, 32.992 for the number 97 Ford Mustang.
First lap under at 33 seconds. Blake running right on the wall on his first lap.
Isn't it with Blake giving him some last second pointers just a couple of minutes ago. And he's going to go to the top just like I told him to.
Ran top on lap 1. Staying top on lap 2.
Blake was telling me he just does not have the confidence to run up there by the wall. And you can see he's a lane down on exit, which is going to cost him some time. He's going to try bottom here on the second lap. Oh, but he clipped the apron. That's it. That's going to ruin the lap. I don't think he's going to improve. We'll see. To the line.
Nope.
Does not improve.
Blake stays 5th. Cliff Mullins clocks in 7th.
So our 4 championship contenders, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, as Travis Martin slots in behind the 3 of them.
That's crazy. Apologies in advance for the ATVO not wanting to underline Blake Giglio. Whatever car I put at the top, it doesn't want to underline, so we'll have to work on that. Maybe we'll add a dummy number at the top that's not even someone racing and move everybody down, and maybe it'll work for Thursday.
30 seconds left.
Ian just finished his lap. He'll be 7th. Gets ahead of Cliff. Cliff getting some extra practice in. No one else out there to qualify, so 11 cars getting a lap time down. 16 entered in the race, plus that Hayden guy's name down at the bottom.
Did that so I can have some admin ability so we can add some caution laps to start this race and we can talk to some guys.
Yeah, and that is qualifying.
Let's start with your highest qualifying. We'll let Travis talk.
I don't have it on, so. You done?
Right. Obviously, we are going. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Let me start over. We got 130 laps. We got 5 sets of tires. Be nice. You guys all know the rules on restarts by now. We're on green. Restart are on the leader afterwards. Leader has his own choice. Yada yada yada. Congrats to the Final Four. Good luck tonight to everybody. And here we go. Let's have fun. Also, remember, we're going to add a couple pace laps so that they can do some interviews.
There you go.
And we shall start those interviews.
Yes.
Garrett Wolfenbarger, this is Hayden and Swiss up in the booth. You're the highest qualifying Final Four driver here tonight, and my pick for the championship. How do you feel going into tonight?
Right now I'm feeling pretty good. Top of the board for playoff drivers so far, and hopefully we stay out front. I mean, I always like Homestead, and this track is pretty loose with these cars, so hopefully it's a good time, and we stay up front. I like your pick, though. You know, same picks I had, so I like your thinking.
I figured you would enjoy my pick, but my pick has not won a single championship yet this season. So
hey, we'll prove them wrong. We'll prove them wrong tonight.
I picked Brad yesterday, and that didn't happen. So.
Oh well, there were unfortunate events that occurred to make that not happen. But hopefully that doesn't happen tonight.
130 laps, top, middle, bottom. It all seems to work. Do you think you'll be one place versus the other?
Right now I'm thinking bottom, just to save tire. Top is fast, but I think it'll burn them off pretty quick. So at first I'll probably stay bottom and see where everyone goes.
All right. Well, give me your Final Four predictions in order.
Well, the predictions are, you got to be I was trying to tell Bradley this. I don't know why he thinks it's not smart to be confident. Like, why would you not pick yourself to win? Like, you want to, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to lose. Like, that's not what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pick myself first, and I'm going to pick Bradley second. Picking Giglio third, Travis fourth.
All right. Good luck.
No, thanks.
Now let's go grab his teammate. Brad, this is Hayden and Swiss up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, he qualified second of the championship for you. Got 130 laps tonight. You're my pick to win the championship. So how do you feel?
I feel honored. Hoping to bring it to you on your birthday here.
Are you saying it's everyone, Hayden?
Shut up. You're not supposed to tell him that.
It's a lot funnier when you tell them.
I can't jinx anybody if I tell everyone they're my pick.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying, I heard the true list earlier, so.
Yep, that did happen.
So, yeah. So, how do you feel?
As long as we're not going to lap a certain 23 car, I'm feeling pretty good about this. But if that has to happen, all out the window. We'll see.
All right, give me your championship 4 in order.
We're always going to say the 51 over the 32.
All right.
And honestly, let's see a sneaky Travis. At least P3 with Travis, if not second or higher.
All right.
He might win this thing.
Technically, you just gave them to us in order. Thank you. And good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
It's time for Blake.
Let's grab Blake. Blake!
Oh.
How's it going?
Hey.
Hey.
All right. So, championship race here, Xfinity. Homestead track you're not the most fond of, but you think you can go get it done tonight after 130 laps?
Anything can happen.
Yo.
We've seen that in the last few weeks. Anything can happen, and Lucas, shout out to Lucas for an amazing paint job, so we're going to get this thing done tonight.
Yep, that Lucas Hoytsma Designs Ford Mustang.
Are
you one to green? The lights are out on the pace car.
Or two, actually. I don't know. The pace car guy is a little hammered, but it's all right. It makes it up for the rest of the field's the same way. I'm sure we're going to all die. Good thing we got a fast repair. I don't know. I think I might change up my strategy here. We haven't really won, I don't think, any races in the Xfinity Series this year. Maybe we've won. I think we got one.
One sticker in your car.
Yeah, I don't know if that's updated or not.
I'm seeing your old school low drag Security Pro car, so I may not even be seeing the same one.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, congrats.
I don't even know what my car says.
Congrats on a strong season. You got the Final Four predictions for us?
Yeah. I'm taking Travis Martin. I think Travis Martin's gonna win this thing. So.
All right.
That's who I kind of want to win, to be honest with you. So.
Second, third, fourth. You're my pick, so let's hear second, third, fourth.
I think the 51's gonna get second. 32's gonna get third, and then I'm gonna get fourth.
You gonna crash out?
good chance. We've seen, if we're not going to crash out, we're definitely slow. So,
Well, I like the reverse jinx you're going for here. I can definitely get behind that.
let's hope it works, right?
Yes, sir. All right. Well, congrats on the Dirt Championship just a few minutes ago, and good luck in Xfinity.
Thanks.
Let's make this one quick. Let's go grab Travis Martin. If it will let me grab Travis. And, oh, we're not in. Where are we? There we are. Travis!
Hello.
I still love your face. How you doing?
Still love your face. I'm doing great.
We got 130 laps tonight. You're kind of the underdog of the Final Four, but you're my pick nonetheless. You think you can go get it done?
I'm gonna try, man. I think I've got a solid strategy. You know, I don't want to give it away too much, but I think it's gonna go well. I think I'm gonna be there at the end, and I think we all have a shot, and I think I've got a shot.
Well, it's in four. You got the Final Four predictions for us that I tipped you off to earlier?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's realistically, I think it's going to be a toss-up between Blake and Garrett, and the way the momentum has been swinging the past few races, I think Blake might just edge Garrett, and then I think me and Bradley are gonna fight for three and four. But I don't know, Bradley wins races, man. So he you never know, honestly. But if I had to put it, I'd do Blake, Garrett, Bradley, me.
Well, according to just a very unofficial fan poll, you've definitely been the most popular pick. A lot of people want you to win, so we'll see how it goes for you tonight.
Everybody.
And good luck to you.
Thanks, dude.
We going green right here, Travis?
Whoa, yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck. Have fun.
Thanks, dude.
All right. There we go. Got through all of them. Perfect timing. Pace car's going to make that hard left turn onto the Homestead Miami Speedway pit lane, feeling the hand of Lucas Hoitzma. And the green flag is in the air. We are racing for the final time in the Season 10 Arc Music Xfinity Series.
Lucas quickly out to the lead ahead of the 32 of Wolfenbarger. Casey Graves trying to fight back through the middle, and already Brad Wilson all the way up to the wall there in the 51 car. He's going to get by that number 4 True Speed Toyota and move up to third. Oh, someone shot out of the back of the field. Looked like Jeff Prochatsky in the 19.
Jeff Prochatsky joined late. Not a lot of practice for that machine. Probably not familiar with the characteristics of this race
we got a slider.
Ian's going to save it.
Wow. That'll wake you up. Oh, no, he collects Matt Benke. Dalton Hayes gets a piece of that as well.
Below the apron.
That is unfortunate for the start of this one. Let's quickly take a look at Matt Benke sliding through here if we can get it back to normal speed. There we go. Ian up ahead will get way out of shape. Matt Benke bounces it off the wall, bounces into Ian, then across the nose of the 47 and into the inside wall, spinning it out. We stay green. He's dropped to 17th place, 8 seconds behind the pack. And out front, Lucas Hoitzma not running for a title, unfortunately. His 6-win season just fell apart in the playoffs. Couldn't get it into the Final Four. Garrett Wolfenbarger rides second. He's leading the title contenders ahead of Wilson, Giglio, and Martin. They run second, third, fourth, and fifth right now. Oh, big wreck in the back. That is the 1 and the 23. Daniel Llewellyn and Ian Montrose. Let's take a look back.
Daniel Llewellyn apologizing.
Daniel's outside Mike Fisher. And he loses the back end, starts to come down the track. Then at the same time, he turns it back right to try and correct it while he gets tagged from behind by Dalton Hayes. And that just shoots him right into Ian's car. And the 1 car is heavily junked.
He also just clipped the right rear of Mike Fisher. And that aided in sending him back up the racetrack. And yeah, Ian Montrose nowhere to go. Looks like JR Deal got some damage from this in that meme car he's still running.
Yeah.
Jeremy Shearer makes it through.
I love the JR's run that car since week 4.
It's perfect.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, up front, Lucas Hoitzma.
Sure, we'll see fuel tanks filled here.
Yep, I would think so after that many paces. Oh, Lucas Hoitzma's going to stay out.
Wow.
Jeez.
That was really
Couple
close.
cars nearly hitting the barrels. Lucas, Garrett, Blake, and who is that behind them? And is Mike Fisher all staying out here. Everyone else coming down to presumably top off those tanks. I have a
Way
hard
too
time
early
believing
for
anyone would take
tires.
Yeah.
Way too early.
I do not see any cars going up onto a jack. So, I know we didn't get to talk to him pre-race because we were worried about our Final Four drivers, but let's grab pole sitter Lucas Weitzma.
Yeah.
Lucas, this is Hayden and Swiss up in the booth. You got us?
Yep.
Well, we didn't get to talk to you pre-race. We were worried about the Final Four drivers. But you qualified on the pole, and you faked out a couple of drivers here, and you stayed out. What are your thoughts on the race tonight? You think you can pull off a win?
Well, I feel decent so far. I think those guys a lot of speed tonight. Garrett, he's all over me for those first 3 or so laps. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the long run plays out. Not entirely sure why that many people pit. I don't really think it's that important, but now that many people came down, I'm starting to rethink everything. So we'll see how it goes.
You were very close to hitting those tires. But if this race comes down to a short run, do you have the confidence to go up there by the wall and make some speed?
Yeah, I think I was pretty decent. I mean, obviously pole sitter, so I got some decent qualifying speed. Don't know how that hold up on 5 or 10 laps, but yeah, I think a short run is probably where I'll be stronger tonight. But I honestly have no idea at this point.
All right, awkward silence aside, good luck, have fun.
Thank you.
That was funny.
I was waiting for you to chime in and say something, but it didn't seem like it was going to happen. So
No, I was doing the graphics and having a good time.
all right, fair enough. All right, well, that is Lucas Hoyt, my current race leader. Like I mentioned pre-race, dominant driver all season, won more than half of the regular season races. And come playoff time, his computer was just not having it. So those mechanical failures just plagued him and was not able to claw back and make the Final Four.
Well, we have 2 of our championship drivers stayed out, 2 of them pit, topped off with fuel. So we've already got differing strategies in the Final Four. That's always exciting to watch. Report from the pit lane, the 9 car had a broken right front, and he'll had to come down and take a fast repair. I didn't know he had any damage from anything.
I said he was in it a little bit, and I guess it was just the right angle at the right spot that iRacing decided was going to break a toe link. Lucas Hoytsman taking the outside here for this restart. Surprising he's not taking the bottom and putting his teammate with him.
Yeah, because Blake has to stay bottom. Mike Fish will move up. Wilson's going to give him the reminder by driving to his inside. Mike Fish in La La Land, I think, right now. There he goes. And so the top 4 stay out. Everyone else came down to at least fill the tanks. J Munch, I think, had a little damage repair. 16-second stop for him. Prochatsky, a 10-second stop. We saw him sliding off to the infield area. And then Jeremy Scher, 18-second stop. Matt Benke, 42-second stop. We know he had the nose damage, so he had plenty of work to work on there. Daniel Llewellyn, looks like he may have decided to take the fast repair. He just, either that or topped off the tank and just came back down the track. Dalton Hayes back out there. His car looks brand new, so I think he may have taken the fast repair already. Ian Montrose, the 1 car, 2 laps down. The Rumpa Clear Machine had a lot of repair to do. All right, pace car.
Track.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Lucas Hoytsman with a great restart.
The whole outside row had issues. Oh my god, so much wheel spin.
Bad restart from the outside. Brad Wilson already made it 3 wide through the middle. He's going back upstairs immediately. He's going to get a huge run off of turn 2 here.
He wants to pass him while the getting's good and everyone's bunched up.
That is the easiest place to make passes, is on the restart.
Right to the bottom.
Yep, everyone dives to the bottom. Save those Goodyear tires.
As soon as he got
Blake a little loose back there.
Yeah, right in front of Mike Fisher too. Fortunately, Fisher gave him a little bit of room. And that restart was wild. The whole outside row seems like they couldn't get those rear tires hooked up and spun them.
Everybody at the bottom of the racetrack through 1 and 2 that time. Saw a couple of guys
trying to go outside Travis Martin. He'll go ahead and use the tires while he's got them. Sliding up to the wall in that 88 Uwu Market Chevrolet. That is Margison. I don't know why I said Newton. I'm just so used to 88.
Newton?
Yeah. Sorry, Gwen.
Wait a second.
Quinn's in this race now, y'all.
Quinn's not in this race.
Perks of the 88s trading back and forth.
Margison way up. The only car upstairs this time, other than someone way back there in the back. That's Joel Munchel.
Margison using up the good on those good years. All the way up to the top 5 now. Showing you how much speed's up top, but that does kill your tires. He is banking on it not being a long run.
Yeah, the top, although faster, will absolutely shred the right front because of how much throttle you're carrying up there.
He's going for the move on Blake Giglio, trying to move up to 4th.
Jack's going to go get the track position while he can. Blake Giglio.
Zach hit the wall coming out of 2 there.
Blake Giglio, one notorious to save his tires for the long run. You can see he's kind of bottling up those drivers behind him.
Yeah, he's really saving it. And I think the guys behind him want to try to be on Blake's strategy, and that's why they're not putting the moves on. They're just riding in the tire tracks. That lets Margison up to 4th. Out front, Wilson, Wolfenbarger, Hoytsma, your top 3.
Travis Martin to the outside of Mike Fisher. He's going to gain a spot here.
Travis going to roll that second lane now. I think you saw Margison made it work, and it's like, maybe I should move up a little bit. There's blue banners on the front windshield, back windshield, the blue splitter, and the blue spoiler, indicating your playoff cars here tonight.
Those are some good-looking playoff decals, if I do say so myself. Don't know who made those.
I don't know. Probably the guy's birthday.
Yeah, whoever made those sure knows what he's doing. Zachary Margison's still way upstairs. He's running some of the fastest laps on track at the moment. Margison that time by with a 33.7. Lucas Hoytsma up front also ran a 33.7. So that's
the 3 cars ahead of him. The 3 cars ahead of him were all faster. Wolfenbarger was a 33.6. Wilson was a 33.6.
Brad Wilson reporting overheating on the number 51.
Maybe he's just trying to create some drama.
I can't see those things because I'm registered as a driver, but Matt Banky also overheating.
Banky has nose damage, so that would make sense. Well, the 51 car is fine.
Dalton Hayes said he's got some temperature issues.
And that car, I believe, took a fast repair, so that would be surprising.
Something happened with Matt Banky. Daniel Llewellyn has crashed.
I was going to say Daniel Llewellyn also. His car is just junked. That was the contact between Banky and Llewellyn.
Net code.
Daniel spins like a top, and that's probably Daniel's night. Daniel limping down the backstretch as the field goes by.
The gap between first and second has shrunk. It was over 0.4 of a second not too long ago, and here it is. Just about a little more than a car length.
Margison's car is starting to fall off quickly. He's up into the 34-second bracket. Giglio reeling him back in. As is Travis Martin, Mike Fisher, Casey Graves. All the way down to 8th. They're all faster than Margison now, so he's already burnt those tires off the 88. Lucas's lead 3/10 over Garrett Wolfenbarger. Wolfenbarger leads the championship fight in that second position. Brad Wilson, second of our playoff cars in 3rd. Giglio, the 3rd of our playoff cars in 4th. And Travis Martin, the 4th of our playoff cars in 5th. All still nose to tail as they started the race, but they've moved up to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Closest battle between those four is Giglio and Martin. They're in 4th and 5th. 3rd and 4th in the championship. Both drivers known to just take their time, save those tires. We'll come get them late. And Blake especially starting to make a little bit of time.
And it's really starting to show through. He was the fastest of the Champ 4 that last time around. Second quickest was our leader, Hoytsma. Slowest was Brad Wilson in that Shine Ford.
Margison still up top, and he's falling back in a hurry.
And his lap times dropped all the way down now to a 34.5.
In 10 laps, he has gone from running a 33.4, which was his fastest lap of the race, to 10 laps later running a 34.5, so a full second in 10 laps.
Tires are going to be very important.
Yeah. Very.
We have 5 sets tonight. I believe that's 4 in the pits, 1 on the car.
Indeed it is. 4 sets laying in the pits. Fuel was about 30 to 35. I bet with them running the bottom, tires falling off, you'll get closer to that 35 mark.
Chotsky has gotten by Margison. Cliff Mullen's starting to move in. Cliff, another one of those long run type drivers.
Cliff Mullins is in this race? I just see Justin Allgaier.
Well, we only have one this week, so it's not as funny.
There was about a dozen of them last week at Chicagoland.
May have lost Joel Munchell.
We have Benke and Munchell both disconnected from the session. Llewellyn's still sitting on pit road. He might try to trooper this out. Hopefully for good reasons and not bad ones, but
You never know.
you never know with Daniel.
Or really anyone in SRL. Nothing surprises me anyway.
Brad Wilson has gone upstairs, which I find interesting.
He has, but he is not gaining time. He is losing
No.
ground to everyone in the top 7.
He may have burned up that right front as Blake Giglio closing in for second spot in the championship.
Lucas fastest car on track right now. Blake's second quick.
Again, it doesn't matter where they finish. Theoretically, one of these championship 4 drivers can finish 13th and win the championship.
That is correct.
And I think that would be hilarious.
It kind of would be.
Wolfenbarger and Hoytsma seem to kind of be trading laps with each other. One lap it'll be Lucas, another it'll be Garrett, because Garrett falls back to about 4/10, then closes it up to about 2, and then he falls back.
Surprisingly, last lap, Brad Wilson was the fastest of the 4 at the front.
Yet, here he is, under attack from Blake Giglio.
That lap, not very good for Brad.
I wonder if he maybe got the wall, but he is ripping the fence right here. See if Blake can clear him. Oh, he's in the wall.
Yeah, he rubbed it a little bit there on exit.
All right, so there we go. Blake up in a second in the championship.
Got 1 second to make up on Garrett Wolfenbarger.
I think he can do it. Travis Martin gone upstairs in 3 and 4. He sees Blake getting a little out of sight.
All right, at the line, Blake Giglio over a 10th faster than Wolfenbarger. 25 laps and counting on those fuel tanks. Hayden, do you think that factored in at all? Brad Wilson topped off the tank, as did Travis Martin. So that extra weight do anything?
I wouldn't think so, because more weight in the rear is just going to make these cars looser. And to me, it looks like Brad is struggling with the right front. So I think one reason or another, that right front has not stayed under that race car, and he is just going to start bleeding time because of it. And once it goes, you don't get it back. It's gone.
Mike Fisher moving in on those two, Brad Wilson and Travis Martin. Blake Giglio once again fastest car on the track, last lap by. Showing what saving tires can do in that number 16 Mustang. It's reeling it in, now 7/10 between himself and Wolfenbarger. Race leader continues to be Lucas Hoytsman, the 712 Brakes Ford Mustang.
Blake Giglio texted me last night, says, I don't play enough to be good anymore. I've been washed. And yet here he is, doing what Blake does best. At a track he's not the fondest of, so he's decided, I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to go back and save tire, and I'm going to go catch them lap 30 to 35 of the run. And sure enough, here he comes.
He's over 2/10 quicker than Wolfenbarger last lap, and again, another 2/10 quicker. Just eating into Garrett Wolfenbarger.
We have now lost Jeff Prochatsky, has disconnected from our season finale. Daniel still on pit road, though.
Down to 13, still running. Daniel behind the wall at the moment. Travis Martin looking for fourth. Brad Wilson up by the wall. Martin down on that inside, right on that first seam. Off the corner, Martin will have him cleared easily.
At 51, now that he keeps running the top, it's just going to keep compounding his issue.
Yeah, he hit a 35-second lap last time around. It is going away quickly. Still battling Mike Fisher here.
Here we go. Blake is now on the back of Garrett Wolfenbarger, just about. As we go into turn 3, Wolfenbarger, a wider entry. I've noticed that shallow entries and exits here really help save that right front tire. And you can see it from Blake there, that last corner. Shallower entry and a shallower exit. And there he is.
Go to
there we
the
go.
top.
He's gonna go up. Yep. Go where they're not.
He's done a good job saving his tires so that he could have just this moment where he can go up to the top and get alongside.
Whoa, a little bit of contact.
Whew.
And there we go to the lead of the championship for Blake Giglio, that 16 machine.
At the end of lap 30.
He can't be far from pitting, you would think.
Yeah, the top three haven't been to the pit lane at all, along with Mike Fisher in 6th. Other cars could probably go an extra couple laps.
Here we go. Blake back to the top in 1 and 2. I bet he's close enough on fuel that he's going to go make some lap time before coming to pit lane.
Top three have separated themselves from the field.
Blake upstairs in 3 and 4 now.
Yeah, I think he's just using up what's left of the tire. Knows he's pitting soon. And that 4/10 that he had to make up from Wolfenbarger to Hoytsma disappeared in, what, a lap and a half?
He must not have liked what he felt, because he went back to the bottom here, followed the tracks of the number 97 Ford Mustang in front of him.
Teammates 1-2. Looking inside Hoytsma. Decides to go back to the top.
And he's being safe with it. He's staying about a lane off the top. There's more speed once you start using up that extra lane.
Now we'll have a run on Hoytsma into turn 1. See if he stays in line. Gave him a
just gonna
little
push him.
tag.
Got him out of shape a little bit. They can't be too far from pit lane here.
You said about 35. We're at 33. They did have the caution.
There we go, side by side for the race lead.
And around
Giglio
the top.
with the run off the top.
Clear to the race lead. Blake Giglio leads the race and the championship. In the 16, Lucas Hoytsma falls to 2nd. Wolfenbarger rides 3rd. He is 1 second behind Blake. Travis Martin, 1.7 seconds behind Wolfenbarger. Wilson a half second back, dealing with Mike Fisher. Fisher keeping that pressure on for the 5th spot.
Now I will say the advantage Brad and Travis are going to have here over Blake and Garrett is that they will have a tire advantage for longer than Blake and Garrett will have on Travis and Brad, which seems to be the advantage in iRacing versus real life, where pitting first seems to give you the advantage. So pit late is one of my keys to the race.
Interesting. Top 3 getting spread out. The only battle left to talk about is Brad Wilson and Mike Fisher at the moment. As we get close to pit stops, we'll keep an eye on lap time. The laps have fallen off to about 34.6 for Blake, 34.9 for Hoytsma and Wolfenbarger and Martin.
still staying out up front.
You think you get about a 2-to-1 on fuel under caution?
Yeah, but we ran those 3 additional pace laps to start the race, so I would think it about evens out.
So far, not the case. Whatever the top 3 can do, Travis Martin can go
Here
a
we
couple
go, Blake
longer.
Giglio, pit lane.
Lap 36, and the Wolfenbarger peels off.
Wolfenbarger deep on the brakes.
Well, Travis Martin, Brad Wilson stay out, so Travis Martin takes over the lead of the championship. Lucas Weissman takes over the lead of the race.
Mike Fisher going to come to pit lane this time. Wolfenbarger did get it down to pit road speed.
Weissman out in front of Martin, Wilson, Fisher, and Mullins as the pit cycle kicks off.
As here comes Lucas Hoitzma.
Lucas onto the pit lane. Travis stays out.
Mike Fish coming this time, and that is all the cars that stayed out under that first yellow.
So now we have Martin, Mullins, Graves. Here's top 4. Margison burned up his tires early, really paying for it now. He's running 35.5s. Has to hurt.
Blake Giglio pulled away from Garrett Wolfenbarger on that pit sequence just a little bit. And Blake is struggling with those cold tires so far. He is loose.
They are back out on track.
And that pass right there was important for Blake because now he is on the lead lap should a caution come out. And same thing for Wolfenbarger right there. So both of those cars don't need to fall back to a lucky dog scenario.
Lucas Weissman just peeled out of the pit lane. He's going to rejoin this fight.
Joined just right behind Garrett Wolfenbarger. So that's what those fresh tires make up, even just
1 lap.
the 1 lap.
Crazy. Travis staying out another, as is Wilson. We got Mullins coming to the pit lane out of 3rd.
He gets it woed up to pit road speed.
Not as dramatic as some of the others were. Scherer hitting the pits. Blake Giglio's completed his service, running 9th right now. Giglio, Wolfenbarger, Hoitzma back on the lead lap. Would not have to rely on any kind of lucky dog situation. Blake has 7/10 on Wolfenbarger, and Wolfenbarger has 3/10 on Hoitzma. Travis Martin onto the pit lane. Gives up the race lead to Brad Wilson. Wilson goes out in the lead of the race and the championship.
I'm sure
35
Brad will be stretching this as far as he can.
That was 35 laps for Travis Martin on the nose. Wilson's on his 36th lap. Dalton Hayes also hit the pit lane, along with Zach Margison. Appear to be waiting for just Wilson, Graves, and Deal to complete this cycle. Here comes Wilson. He was able to go 36 laps. Casey Graves, he's peeling off coming to the pit lane, and we'll watch the 9 of J.R. Deal. I believe he'll probably come down. And there it is. The 9 car peels to the apron, so all of our cars completing the pit cycle. We'll see how far back Brad Wilson falls after being on the track for older tires for a bit longer.
He nearly overshoots his pit box.
Very close. Casey Graves in the True Speed Toyota hits his marks.
So as the right sides go down on that 51 car, Blake Giglio passes him for the race lead.
I knew it would be a big advantage. Just got to see where they come out. They're already on the backstretch. Sheesh.
And he is in the middle of 1 and 2 now.
So getting off the pit lane on the access roads. He'll rejoin the racing service right behind Travis Martin. Martin is 10 seconds back of our race leader. Brad Wilson now 11.5 seconds behind Blake Giglio. Blake really using that to his advantage. We'll see now how the fresher tires can make a difference over that time. Blake's running about 33.8 right now, saving his tires. Wolfenbarger staying in his tire tracks.
5 lap fresher tires for the 16 or the 63 over the 16. And Travis ran a 33.8, and Blake ran a 33.8.
Yeah, Travis, I think, is also saving. He knows not to burn him up early. Be interesting to see what someone like Wilson will run. See if he tries to catch up or see if he maintains tire control. The top three are all nose to tail.
He clipped the apron there, and he is loose back there in that 6th position. And he runs a 33.9. Looked like a bad set of corners for him, though. Is up front. 3 cars under a blanket.
Yep. Whole lot of black and red at the front of the field.
Tell you what, if you think all the way back to the start of this season of Sidewinder, 97-32 did not get along whatsoever. Kansas especially, things boiled over. So Lucas not going to make things easy on this number 32 machine here. So he's also racing to prove a point. Zach Margison, we have lost him to a mechanical failure, it looks like.
Oh no. 88 car was up in the top, I think top 8. He was right there on the edge of it.
He was up to 4th at one point. As we got a new race leader, Lucas Hoytsma. Blake Giglio throwing some blocks on the 32.
Didn't want to give him the top.
He was trying not to give him the bottom. Whoa!
That was very close quarters. Wolfenbarger was pushing that back bumper of that Mustang.
Wolfenbarger got on the brakes and got sideways to not turn the 16 machine. Very courteous from the number 32 there. He's going to remember that one later.
Most people would.
Most people would, yes.
We do have another battle to show you. That's Scherer in 9th and Dalton Hayes in 10th. Just something to keep an eye on while we watch our championship battle up at the front as well. Up to 12 cars running. Llewellyn not out yet. Still behind the wall. JR running that meme machine with the grid on the cars still cracks me up.
Blake does not seem as good this run.
I still think he's saving.
I think Garrett might also be saving a little extra this time as well. Saw how far the 16 got that previous time.
And Lucas is running 33.8s, and Giglio and Wolfenbarger are both 34.1s, so... Mike Fish in the 4th spot.
He's on an island, isn't he?
A little bit. 4 seconds ahead,
Slide
4 seconds
job.
behind. Oh, Blake! Gave him a little nudge.
32 sent it in and parked the bus. Hayden Wall style.
Got a little left rear damage now.
Yeah. Hopefully that does not affect the 32 too much.
Are you not entertained? Casey Graves on a little bit 2-lap fresher tires has caught up to Cliff Mullins while all that was going on. Battle for 7th developing. Oh no, Cliff disappears. It's a bad time for that. He reappears as Casey Graves to his inside in the 4. Like Cliff not going to contest too much, gives up the spot and then goes back to the bottom. Gets very loose on corner exit. Moves Graves up to 7th. Back up front we go. Right on board with Blake, because why not? Looks like they're catching JR Deal. Had her Deal just pit. Yeah, Deal just pit. So Deal just unlapped himself. Driving away from him. Well, Deal's time is kind of about the same, so he's kind of just hanging there. He's putting in 34.2s. The leader's 34.1, 34.2, and 34.3. Gonna listen for Blake's throttle control. I think he's still saving. Yeah, 100%. He's not pressing it right now.
I don't think he's full save mode either, though. I don't think he wants that 32 to get too far out in front of him. But he's definitely being nice and tidy right here.
These two know Lucas out in front. Race to win trophies are great, but it doesn't really matter when you're fighting for the championship. They are more worried about one another than they are that 97 out in front. All right, Mr. Homestead, which one do you think's saving more right now?
I prefer Blake's line. I think he's a little tighter entry and exit, and that seems to help here. You can see right there, even that car width lower through exit, and he's going to do it here on entry again. You'll watch Blake turn left a little bit sooner, and he's a car width lower going into the corner. I think that is going to be the line that saves more tire.
You see Wolfenbarger's back end actually step out there and corner exit a little bit. Full early in the run. We're looking about halfway through this run of fuel. Many of these cars 16, 17 laps into their fuel run already. How are we looking if this plays out to the end?
It's still going to take 2 more stops.
For everybody?
To the end. Yeah, for everybody. And it's going to be pretty simple. You run it dry both times, in my opinion. Even someone like Brad, you're thinking that puts you about lap 110 for your final pit stop.
That gives you a 20 lap run to the end. You wouldn't try to shorten it maybe 5 laps and get a little fresher tire out there?
No, like I said, I think pitting later is going to be the way to go there. And you'll have 20 laps where you can basically use as much of that tire as you want and have a tire advantage. Unfortunately, I think Brad is too far back to use that strategy. He's closed the gap a little bit, but it's not enough to be in range to go long and try it. What?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hi, Trent. Bye, Trent. Super random. So we got a battle for second between Wolfenbarger and Giglio again. Blake getting to his inside is going to make Wolfenbarger use a little more tire. Wolfie getting right down on the door of Giglio.
Puts it right on the door. This is where I get worried about that net coat, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And Blake's going to clear him for that position. New leader in the championship, Blake Giglio.
Once again, you see Wolfenbarger trying to get a wider entry. Giglio a little bit more shallow. Check in on our other champ drivers. Travis Martin kind of all by himself back here. It's 3 seconds behind Fisher and another second back to Bradley. Brad has the freshest tires, running 6th. He came out, I believe it was 10.5, 12 seconds, somewhere in that range, behind the leader. Right now he is 8.9, so he's not made up much ground at all with the 5-lap fresher tires. While this battle's been going on, they've actually started reeling in Lucas Hoytsma once again. It's under a second now as Giglio starting to put the speed down. And 34.4, while Hoytsma and Wolfenbarger 34.6. Show you everyone's last lap time. There you go. This time around, 34.5 for everybody in the top 3. Mike Fisher's moved up in that 28, even though he's all by himself. He's trying to make a lap time.
Wolfenbarger upstairs trying to make some of that time back, but he's just going to burn those tires even more and lose more ground, I think. I think he just needs to accept his losses here, go back to the bottom, and see what he can do.
How much he can save moving forward.
Yeah. Minimize the gap between Blake and himself going into this next pit stop.
If you think that running it dry each time and then going as hard as you can on that final stint is the optimal strategy, what's something that could throw out there as an alternative strategy?
The only alternative I can really think of is pit right at the fuel window going into that last stop. So you'll make this the stint after the next green flag pit stop your short one. Use what you got there. Go into that final one with that 35 to go. So you're looking at lap 95 or so to pit. And you kind of hope for a caution with like maybe 10 or so to go. Right after, 15 to go, right after, just a little bit of time after those guys make their last stop. So they've got some wear on them, but can't justify another set.
Right.
So you'll have, 4 or 5 laps on them. And with this little cars on the lead lap, we got 11 on the lead lap. A 10-lap run to the finish will absolutely be enough to use that 4 or 5 lap advantage. But with the amount of cars and the spacing we've got between cars right now, I think
Yellows are going to be unlikely.
I don't for sure see a caution coming in this race again. Now, people have proven me wrong multiple times. There can be 2 cars right next to each other, and everyone else is like 3 seconds apart, and those 2 cars will find a way to wreck and bring out a caution. That is the Sidewinder way, whether we like it or not. And it makes things interesting from time to time, I will admit. Hate it behind the wheel, but from the booth,
Trenton says he didn't see a caution happening last night either.
well, someone, well, we got a caution, we'll put it that way.
That's probably the most diplomatic way to put it. I've learned people get real mad about the things you say in the broadcast booth, even if they're true.
Hey, words hurt.
Truth hurts.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, but a dictionary fucking hurts.
Yeah, if you throw a dictionary at somebody, that fucking hurts. I've had it happen.
Up front, Lucas Hoytsma, Blake Giglio. Blake closing in right to the back bumper of that number 97 machine.
Blake's going 2/10 a lap faster than Hoytsma right now. Last couple laps.
Lucas made sure that I knew that he wanted me to tell everybody that number 16 machine, a brand new paint scheme for Blake Giglio, courtesy of Lucas Hoytsma Designs. Definitely not an old one or an old logo or anything on that race car. Brand new, totally custom low drag logo on the hood.
Except you could see the Security Pro logo from the first season. We're in season 10.
Yep, like I said, brand new race car here. For the same Lucas Hoytsma that had a paint on Trading Paints, recognized by Trading Paints itself. The one and only Lucas Hoytsma there. Just wanted everyone to know that is a brand new race car on the 16 and totally reflective of his skills as a painter at this moment in time.
Jeez. Lucas has had a bad enough night, okay?
He's leading the race for the next 5 seconds.
Talking about dirt race. Did not go well for him.
No. He chose to end his own race at that moment.
Really, it ended for him in the first feature, but
Oh, yeah. Around the outside, Blake Giglio going to be your new race leader here.
Round the outside, round the outside.
And immediately back to the bottom.
Bottom feeder. Roll bottom. We passed halfway. That matters for people that aren't in the top 4.
Oh, we didn't even think about points there, did we?
Nope. Because it doesn't matter for the championship 4.
Lucas Hoytsma, Mike Fisher, Casey, Cliff, Dalton, Jeremy Shearer. I don't think it's changed since 2 laps ago, so.
Yeah, no one's really been close to each other except for this Lucas and Blake switcheroo.
Blake back to the top of the racetrack through 1 and 2, got real tight in the center.
Wolfenberger really falling off, running 35.1s now.
Blake Giglio ran a 34.7 that last time by.
He's still getting it in that 16.
The longer we go into this race, the more and more it looks like it is gonna be Blake's championship to lose.
Closing up on JR Deal will put our 11th place car a lap down. Only had 1 caution, lap 4.
There was a little bit of miscommunication there between the 9 and the 16. Blake said, I'll go to the bottom. JR Deal, I don't think, heard the I and went to go to the bottom. And Blake went to go to the top when he saw that, and then JR, seeing Blake was right behind him, also went to go to the top when he realized Blake was following him into the corner. And it just created a mess there that luckily they both sorted out.
Cost them a few tenths, but not too bad.
Blake Giglio leads lap 69.
Nice.
Figured he would appreciate that.
In Championship 4, Blake Giglio out in front, Wolfenbarger 3rd, Travis Martin 5th, and Brad Wilson 6th. Coming up on pit stops here in another couple laps. Currently 50 to go to the end. So you think pitting now and pitting in 25 laps is not a strategy?
It's not the one I would employ.
Dalton Hayes disagrees. He just pit. Garrett Wolfenbarger also pit.
There we go. Wolfenbarger. Gonna try to split it, I guess, into thirds coming to the end here. And
Nope.
if I were Blake, I would stay out as long as I can. But we'll see if he chooses to counter.
I think Wolfenbarger's going to try to pit here and then pit about 25 to go, like lap 105-ish.
Blake's staying out.
I don't know, my math is bad. It's 60, so they got to go 30. He'll have to go to like right at 100.
Lap 95 would put you in the fuel window to the end.
Yeah, so he's
But,
probably going to look at
no green
100 for
light.
the tire.
yeah, no green-white checker security there.
Oh, Homestead is notorious for green flag racing anyway. Then we have a small field after that early wreck. Zarya now has dinner. Everyone needs to know. Ethan says happy birthday, by the way.
Here comes Blake. Here comes Blake to pit road.
Right when I clicked on him. Peeled off the pit. Mike Fisher also on the pit lane.
Gets it woed up for those cones inside of the pit wall there.
So Blake pit right on 35 lap number like he did the time before.
So now he can go to probably 107 after this. Nice perfect on the sign there from Blake.
We'll grab 4 tires and fuel. And Jeremy Scherer bringing the 15 to the pit lane.
So this will kind of show you what those 2 laps are going to do for Wolfenbarger.
Lucas to the pit lane.
Wolfenbarger's exit of 4. And Blake is in turns 1 and 2, but on the apron.
Come off.
Oh, this is going to be close.
I think Blake holds on. Now he's on
Blake
cold
is-
tires, but
Yep.
for the moment he holds on.
Oh, and he clipped the apron just a little bit. Wolfenbarger to the outside.
Oh, that was narrow as they had to also deal with the number 9 car, JR Deal. Wow.
There you go. 2
Wolfenbarger.
laps. And Wolfenbarger just barely gets ahead of Blake Giglio. So here comes Lucas Hoytsma off the pit lane, but he's not going to be a factor right here.
Now, but with Wolfenbarger and Giglio, that was kind of the only move Wolfenbarger had, was to try and short pit it. Now he has to hope he doesn't burn up the tires too quick, or hope a caution comes out before Blake's tires just lets him go by anyway. JR Deal currently 5th by not pitting yet. Brad Wilson is your leader, and Casey Graves is 2nd.
Report from the grandstands is that the food is too spicy.
Sorry.
The food is unfortunately too spicy for not having rice, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Here comes Blake Giglio looking at the inside of the 32 machine.
Very close quarters raising, a little bit of...
Whoa, whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you saw some of that netcode start to take place. Wolfenbarger going to try for a crossover.
Try to dump the air on that spoiler. Side draft is highly effective, but unfortunately it also invites that netcode.
I saw a little bit of it. That 16 machine got a little squirrely.
It started turning
I
to the
thought-
right a little bit. I thought
It
we were
did.
done.
I thought we were going to take out 2 championship contenders as well. That got sketchy really quick.
Wilson
Brad
and
Wilson
Graves both hit the
Yep.
pit lane. Now I'll hand things back over to Blake Giglio and Wolfenbarger. Mate, appreciate the alert. We'll get a hydrate in for you. Cheers, buddy.
We know for next time we need to tell the concessions to not quite add so much spiciness to
Nah,
food.
spice is great. Can't handle it, don't eat it.
Or at least add rice, is my understanding.
Giglio out front by a half second now over Wolfenbarger. Hoytsma another second back. Hoytsma has fresher tires and disappearing a little bit, but still, there he is, back again. Mike Fish, wow, as soon as I go to him, he blinks. What the? Making people blink, apparently. Travis Martin in fifth.
Fault.
Yeah, apparently. Fisher's 3 seconds back at the top 3, and then Travis Martin's 5 seconds back of Fisher's. Things are really spread out outside that top 3. Brad Wilson just hasn't been much of a factor tonight in the 51, riding in the 6th spot. 15 seconds behind the race leader.
That is nearly a half lap.
Home said yes it is.
Coming into tonight, your final 4 drivers combined for the most top 5s and top 10s of any set of Championship 4 across the 5 big series. With
Nice.
30 top 5s between them and 41 top 10s. Strong group here.
Strong.
Yet only managed the 4th best average finishing position.
Because a lot of competition usually. A little smaller field tonight, but pretty strong competition over here most of the season.
It also does not help that, unfortunately, the strongest competitor of the season, Lucas Hoytsma, not in your final 4.
Yep.
Marks the overall, it is the 4th strongest Championship 4 in this season of Sidewinder.
Nobody take this the wrong way, but I'm kind of hoping Lucas Hoytsma doesn't win the race just so it wouldn't have been his championship, you know what I mean?
He would be happy yet very dejected
That's what I'm
should
saying.
Lucas win the race.
Because like it would have been his title if it just didn't have those computer issues.
Oh boy, this is going to get sketchy behind
Oh, is he
Ian
going to pin him?
Montrose.
He is going to pin him. Garrett Wolfenbarger trying to pin him behind Lucas Hoytsma, use him as a block.
Ian Montrose got out of the way wisely there.
Lucas maybe hesitated a little bit, but not a lot of it. Remember, as we said earlier, those two have had quite the history this season.
Wolfenbarger lifted down the back straightaway, gave the spot to Lucas.
Lucas has 3-lap fresher tires and had been running him down from about 2 cents a lap. Probably a wise decision. Well, yeah, Mullins and Graves battling. 7th position, the 37 and the 4. Casey Graves has a couple lap fresher tires than Cliff Mullins. Alright, so I think you said lap 95 is probably the magic number.
95 is when the fuel window opens, yes.
That's when we'll start to keep our eyes peeled for people peeling off the racetrack, hitting pit lane.
That's a lot of peas.
Yeah, it takes a lot of peas to be the way I am.
That is understandable. I think, though, you're going to see Blake push it about another 12 laps past that, go to 107.
There's Graves to the inside of Mullins as they head into 1. Don't think Cliff will protest too much, and he'll probably just tuck back in line.
Casey Graves just missing out on the Truck Series Final 4 the other night at Atlanta in a totally drama-free race. Cliff, buddy.
Just because I said he wouldn't contest too much doesn't mean I didn't say he wouldn't roll the corner.
He wasn't trying to contest. He just got that form machine out of shape a little bit.
Yeah, you got a good run down that backstretch and gave him a little nudge.
I love that it happened right as I said drama-free.
Drama-free, bump.
Drama-free, and he's out of shape.
Round is the shape.
It is.
It's the top 3 separated by about 8 tenths between each car, so that's Mullins 4 tenths behind the Casey Graves, and those are the only cars that are within 1 second of each other. Things are about to get real boring. We got to find things to talk about.
I can just keep pulling up more stats.
Hell yeah, do it.
Everyone loves numbers, right?
We're 10 laps away from the potential fuel window opening up, so we got to fill about 10 laps.
Well, your final 4 drivers combined for 6 poles on the season coming into tonight, and that doesn't change because Lucas Hoitzmer was on the pole for tonight. So that was 6 out of 14 coming in, so you're looking at just about 40%. Average start of 7.63 marks the second best average starting position of the final 4s. Average running position of your final 4 is the 4th strongest, 7.05. And it looks like at the moment you got a first, a third. So let's do math on the fly. 1, 3, 5,
6,
and 6. So look at an average running position of around 3rd at the moment.
I like how we could all hear you counting on your fingers.
Exceeding expectations here is the point. They had led 868 of the nearly 1,700 laps, so just over 50%. And they are just adding that total at the moment as Blake Giglio has been out front for a number of circuits tonight. 6 wins between the 4 of them. I believe it was 2 from Blake, 3 from Brad, and 3 from Garrett, and 1 from Brad, if my memory serves me correctly.
Jeremy Scherer putting up a hell of a fight trying to stay on the lead lap here.
He's doing what he can, trying to help his Chevrolet teammate back there.
What?
Is Wolfenbarger not in a Chevy?
He is, but
Exactly.
he also said teammate, and his teammate's Travis Martin.
Chevrolet teammate.
Oh,
Whoa,
Daniel!
Daniel's into the wall hard.
Hey, Daniel's back on track.
He is, isn't he? Now that we know that. Hi, Daniel, how's it going?
Holy shit. That was terrifying.
Well, that happened.
Oh my god.
See, Daniel did not like me talking about numbers.
Nope.
And immediately went to put an end to that one.
Wanted to have us something else to talk about.
You know, with Daniel being in the wall, that's a good transition to average incidents among the final 4 is 7.36 per driver per race. It's the third cleanest.
You're putting everyone to sleep. Just stop.
It is the 3rd cleanest final 4 on the schedule.
Someone throw a flag on this man.
Flag?
Stop with the nerds. Stop it.
Turn to the nerds. Oh, what is that from? I forget what that's from.
I'm watching Lucas.
Nerd Wallet. Turn to the nerds. That makes sense.
Wolfenbarger third, 2 seconds back. Mike Fisher another second back and forth. Scott has banned your stats.
Damn. So, I'm not trying to talk this into existence.
But
But the next car to pass Daniel Llewellyn is Brad Wilson.
oh, what could go wrong?
I'm just saying that things have a potential of happening.
This is something to watch for a few laps.
Hey, what though? Brad has cut the lead down about 4 seconds.
They are about as far apart as you can get entering the corner.
And Daniel gives him plenty of room.
Good.
Good Daniel. Good boy.
This kind of reminds me of that Homestead race that Bill Rivard in the Truck Series just killed everyone. Almost lapped the field. It was so green for so long. We only had this one caution on lap 4.
And final stat, and I'll be done with stats. The average driver rating is actually the worst.
It's been banned.
Among all final 4s. Too bad. It's been unbanned. It is the worst average driver rating among the final 4s at 99.4.
Oh my gosh, Trenton's like, now why he couldn't have just done that last night is beyond me.
I was dealing with stuff, and it's posted in Arctic
He's not talking about you. Talking about Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Well, you know. Look, Daniel's Daniel. You can't control him.
Mike Fish closing in. I always call him Mike Fish. It's really Fisher, but it just sounds cooler, Mike Fish. But he's closing in on Garrett Wolfenbarger for that 3rd spot.
Wolfenbarger is 3.5 seconds behind Blake Giglio. Sorry, 3.9 now. And it's, I think you can start engraving some names on some championship trophies without a caution.
Yep. Definitely looks like it is in control for Blake Giglio, but you never know.
Here we go, lap 94. We're coming to lap 95.
Starting to open up that fuel window.
Yep, that window is starting to crack open.
Wolfenbarger currently on the oldest tires. I suspect he'd be the first one to try the short pit. Got to try something Blake's not doing.
I would think so as well. You could see Brad or Travis maybe throw a Hail Mary here. But I kind of doubt it.
They have to try something. They can't just ride and, you know.
As Larry Mack loves to say, if you follow the leader, you're going to follow the leader.
Yep. Currently, Wolfenbarger is 3.7 seconds behind Blake Giglio.
He went to the bottom there. He hadn't done that in a number of laps, so I was interested to see if he was going to come there, but he's not.
Maybe felt like one more lap, be a little safer. Travis Martin, Brad Wilson, what can they do to try something here? I mean, they'd almost have to do the same thing, right?
Yeah, they're so far back, I almost don't know if anything is going to work.
I think the only thing Wolfenbarger can do is try to jump Giglio on pit strategy and then block the hell out of him.
Yeah, I think you need to try to pit 2 laps before Blake, and then, yeah, just kind of park the bus in front of him for as long as you can. But 4.1 is, you're starting to ask a lot out of some fresh tires.
Hopefully we'll get something to develop. Right now it's just...
I can feel like the green goblin mask in the corner, like, road caution. You're yellow.
That's bad.
I'm not going to.
It's very bad.
I'm not going to. But the green goblin mask in the corner of the room is telling me some things. I understand why...
But are you Norman or Harry?
To be determined.
And who the hell's Peter?
Nobody gives a flying flip about who Peter is.
I think Blake Giglio is Peter.
I could go out there and set a lap just to earn some points for him, right? Do something.
Next thing you know, the car is backwards on the racetrack, and you're like, oh, caution's out. Oh no, how'd that happen?
How'd that happen? Would I jump anybody significant in points?
Mike Fish trying to take the third spot away. Is reeled in the 32 of Wolfenbarger. I'm shocked Wolfenbarger hasn't come to the pit lane yet.
I bet 100 might be when he does it. I would not jump anybody significant. But I came in tied with Prochatsky.
Is that significant?
I would need to run 73 laps or 50 laps or whatever it is to catch Prochatsky.
Good luck. It's only 30 laps.
Yeah.
So Prochatsky's going to beat you.
I would need to get on the racetrack now to pass Prochatsky.
Mm-hmm. Mike Fish still not putting the moves on Wolfenbarger. I don't know if it's Wolfenbarger holding him off or Mike Fish just kind of chilling. Oh no, Hayden just entered the race. Had to show up on a leaderboard, didn't he?
Yeah, we'll just get the points.
I swear if you bring out a caution.
I will not bring out a caution. That's the last thing I want to do.
Ban you for life. Brad Wilson has pit in the 51. Someone's finally throwing the Hail Mary. Brad Wilson brings the Shine car to the pit lane. We'll see when the others follow suit. Have to expect Wolfenbarger pretty soon. Brad had only been 24 laps. Wolfenbarger stays out again. Really
Contact down the front stretch.
Don't know what Wolfenbarger's play is here. Travis Martin throwing the Hail Mary. He's come to the pit lane, so fourth and third.
He needs to, yeah.
In the playoff standings, they're throwing the Hail Mary and trying to find something here. I believe that'll be advantage Wilson over Martin by 1 lap. They had a pretty decent gap between the two. Wolfenbarger battling Mike Fisher, staying out again. I don't know. I guess at this point you have to run it long into 32. Hope
Yeah,
for a
you
caution.
made your bed.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can beat Blake in terms of distance by a lap and have those tires, but I think Blake is just good enough at saving tire, and that gap is...
Huge.
Yeah.
6 seconds. And he's battling Mike Fisher. Cliff Mullins is the pit lane in the 37 for the final time this season, hopefully, unless we get a yellow. Question mark.
That would be a very SRL thing to end in a green-white checker.
It would be. Wolfenbarger finally hits the pit lane, lap 104, so now he's...
Brad is pleading with me to throw a birthday yellow. None such yellow will be thrown.
Wilson, by the way, took 2 tires.
That's very interesting.
I'm definitely throwing a Hail Mary. The hailest of Hail Marys.
Wolfenbarger on pit road. Right side's down. Blake staying out another lap.
Blake's in
Blake
no hurry
is-
to get to the pit lane, honestly.
Yeah. I said 107 was probably when we'd see Blake.
He'll probably go as long as possible just in case we get those green white checkers. So he'd probably another 3 laps.
So Wolfenbarger took 4, and he's going to come out right behind Brad Wilson. So Brad is essentially hoping for a yellow.
Travis also took 4. He came out 4 seconds behind that battle. So Brad Wilson's taking 2 tires. Did move him up ahead of Travis. We'll see if he can stay there. Mike Fisher on the
Mike
pit
staying
lane.
out again.
Hayden Lowell on the pit lane.
Just got to get some Napa airtime here.
Dalton Hayes on the pit lane. Final cars needing to pit are J.R. Deal, Blake Giglio, Lucas Weissman, and Casey Graves. Casey running 3rd right now in his True Speed Toyota. Travis Martin leapfrogs Fisher coming out of the pits. Now Wolfenbarger behind Wilson.
Whoa! It's a little...
Wolfenbarger and Montrose made that spicy.
Montrose said he did not see the 32 closing that quickly. Apologizes for it over the radio.
That would have
All
been
right, this is
crazy.
when I would expect to see Blake Giglio pit lane, lap 107. And here he comes. As well as teammate Lucas Weitzman.
Both of those low drag machines hit the pit lane.
There goes Brad and Garrett to unlap themselves.
Wonder if 32 of Wolfenbarger. Wonder if he's going to be held up at all by Wilson out front. Because Wilson definitely said in the pre-race interviews they'll do anything to win this thing. Casey Graves goes to the lead as everyone else pits.
Blake Giglio left side's up. Brad Wilson in turn 4. Blake Giglio down and away. He's at pit exit.
Start
Brad
finish.
Wilson. They're going to get by him. They both got by Lucas. And there we go. Both by Blake.
Alright, now they have to block their ass off. This could be where we get a caution. Wolfenbarger around Wilson.
Race leader and championship leader. Currently, Garrett Wolfenbarger with 22 laps to go. Blake Giglio.
Will be
About
once
8
Casey Graves
tenths.
pits anyway.
Yeah, Blake Giglio 8 tenths behind Wolfenbarger, and now we've got ourselves a race.
And here is Graves pitting. Giving up
We
the
have
race
lost-
lead.
We have lost Ian Montrose.
Ian 3 laps down decided he's not racing for anything.
See, this is going to hold up Blake. He went to the bottom behind the 51. He doesn't know the 51 is on 2. Will the 51 be a teammate?
I don't think it's enough laps to matter, to be honest. Let's talk about the tire difference. Blake Giglio, it's a 4-lap gap to Wolfenbarger. I think there's plenty of time for Blake. He's been the faster car anyway, even on equal tires. And now there's a 4-lap advantage for Blake. So 32 is going to have to pull off something pretty special to stay in front of that 16. Blake is reeling him in rapidly.
Blake knows it is go time with 20 laps to go in the Arc Music Xfinity Series season.
Gap is coming down so fast. Blake was, what, 3/10 faster last lap?
Blake ran a 33.378 to Wolfenbarger's
He ran a 65.
33.652.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little under 3/10.
And right on the back bumper at the end of the lap. So that advantage is gone already.
From 4/10 to 1/10.
Blake showed the bottom, then immediately went to the top. Wanted Wolfenbarger to go low.
Wolfenbarger's going to try to slam the door,
He's
but
not
it's not
there.
going to be enough.
He is not there. Blake Giglio easily out front. Great setup by Giglio to show bottom and then get to the top. Blake
And that
can't be blocked, and out front he goes.
And that is going to be it
Without a
for the
caution.
championship.
Yeah.
Without a caution, without something wild happening. Brad Wilson falling back on those 2 tires. Travis Martin currently 6th in the race, 4th in the championship. J.R. Deal coming out of the pit lane. Staying low to give room to these championship drivers.
I assume that gap's only going to grow now that Blake is out front. Lucas rides third. I think by the end of the race, Lucas will probably have something for Wolfenbarger, unless he's staying back to be polite, you know. Wilson rides in fourth. Dalton Hayes to his inside.
Giglio, Wolfenbarger, Hoytsma, Wilson, Fisher, your top 5. Then it is Martin, Mullins, Casey Graves, your lead lap cars. 1 lap down would be Dalton Hayes and Jeremy Shearer. 2 laps down, J.R. Deal. 7 laps down, but out of the race is Ian Montrose. And then after that, Daniel Llewellyn is back on the pit lane in 13th. So
I was looking at
12th.
Wilson's lap times compared to Fisher and Martin. Remember, Wilson put on the 2 tires. I do believe Fisher and Martin will be able to get Brad Wilson here.
I think so too. Brad is hoping for a yellow, hoping for something.
Yeah, he's praying for a miracle at this point.
And he got the wall out of 2.
Blake Giglio appearing to be 16 laps away from a double title night as he won the Dirt Championship a little while ago. Wolfenbarger rides second, 1.3 back and falling. Lucas Hoytsma 0.8 back in third. Brad Wilson 2.8 seconds back from Hoytsma. Has Mike Fisher passing him on the inside. Doesn't look like Wilson's getting that caution. We almost had one.
It was close.
We've had a few almost moments. Giglio got that little netcode turn, remember? Lucas Hoytsma is reeling in Garrett Wolfenbarger.
He might get there for second.
I don't think he will. I think he backed off to let the top 2 play out, and now that it's pretty much decided, he's going to go up there and try to grab the second spot, make it a 1-2 for low drag. RF Sim Racing, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Watching the final 13.5 laps of the Arc Music Xfinity Series. Blake Giglio on his way to a double title night, unless we get a caution. Things looking pretty good for the 16 team. Lucas Hoytsma takes over second from Garrett Wolfenbarger. Mike Fisher does clear Brad Wilson. Wilson's starting to fall back to Travis Martin. That'll be the next one up, and that would be for third in the championship if Martin can get by. And as we've seen every fuel run, Cliff Mullins and Casey Graves have found each other again. Just the way their strategies have played out tonight. This time Casey has 7 lap fresher tires in that number 4. And Cliff Mullins is on 2 tires, so this should be a big mismatch between the two.
Case is going to go to the bottom here, and he's going to clear him through 1 and 2, I would assume, pretty easily. And especially, yeah, right there through the center, Casey, much better.
Moves the 4 car up a spot into 7th. Now Travis Martin closing in on Brad Wilson for 5th. Be the next battle, I think, with Papo. Right on board with the Ghost Man here. Just gonna close in a couple of Fords battle for the 5th spot, 3rd in the championship. Ten laps to go. If you want to check out our seasons next season, go on to dgsracing.com, click the big red snake, and get in our Discord. Blake wins the title tonight. That opens up another spot. Oh my goodness. Brad Wilson, a huge slide out of 2. Travis Martin checked up, trying not to get into. Unfortunately, no one has a big wreck there. That could have been a disaster for a number of people. Travis takes over that 5th spot. Brad falls to 6th. And that might be it for passing in this race.
Sort of JR Deal unlapping himself up front, I would tend to agree.
JR might just ride behind Blake to mercifully have 1 less lap to run. We'll see if he decides to get the moves on Giglio or not.
Blake Giglio coming out of turn 4, coming to 8 laps to go.
Yeah, that's...
JR Deal confirming on the radio, he will stay behind Blake Giglio to run 1 less lap.
They just raided the 5th spot again. Wilson and Martins. I'm not sure what happened to Travis there. Trying to look on a replay now, but... Down the straightaway. Oh. That was weird. Like Travis didn't really know which way he wanted to go, and then had to check up into the corner. Now Travis got to pass him again. So they're giving us something to look at. Travis right on the back end of that 51, battling for 3rd place in the championship, 5th in our race. Just about done on the Xfinity season. How do you feel it went, Hayden?
I think this has been a great season, honestly. We've had pretty great racing. Always fun to have Travis back. Been fun to get a different perspective up here in the booth.
Looking forward to getting back behind the wheel next season?
Absolutely. I love these cars.
Wilson in the wall.
I can't wait to go try to get my Ford Championship.
Oh my gosh. Just had to drop the numbers and make everyone hate you, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Hayden's like, it's my birthday. I'll be as arrogant as I want to be.
Yes, sir.
Definitely got to get your sound command.
Yes.
Do you know how much of an ass you sound like right now? Yes, I do.
We really need to get that going before next season.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll have plenty of time during the off season to do that sort of stuff.
Time to go for Blake Giglio.
2.8 second lead.
5.7 in the championship.
Travis Martin pulling away from Brad Wilson once again. Looks like Travis will get a top 5 and 3rd in the championship standings.
So far, it looks like Travis Martin's going to be the most accurate with his prediction.
Yeah, he did say it would be between the 16 and 32, and then the 63 and 51 would fight it out for...
And he gave it to Blake even.
Yeah, Travis looking pretty damn smart right now.
He was humble and put himself behind Brad, but... Oh no, I've got a meatball.
She blew it up on the pit lane.
It blew up on the pit lane.
Oh no. Mike Fisher starting to catch Wolfenbarger. I don't think he has enough time, but...
I don't think he's going to get there either.
That is the closest battle on track at 1.1 seconds apart, so I figured I'd mention it. Shout out Mike Fisher for newcomer of the season, coming out here and running the races with us. We appreciate it. I know I call him...
The biggest...
Good.
He's going to be the biggest mover of the race. Started 12th, Looks like he's going to end up 4th. So +8 for him.
+8 for him and Jeremy Shearer, though.
Jeremy Shearer 17th to 10th. So that's +7.
My stats are showing +8.
Very interesting.
That's probably because, I don't know, maybe you were in the lineup. If he didn't qualify and you didn't qualify, it would say he qualified behind you. So yeah, that's probably what it is.
Probably. That would make sense. Lap and a half to go for Blake Giglio. Down the backstretch at Homestead Miami Speedway. He may not have been the dominant car this season, but he has been good when it counts. He's going to take the white flag. No green-white checker necessary here. All 16, all night.
Domination. Statement win, really. Double championship night for Blake Giglio as long as he makes it back to the start-finish line.
2 wins for him on the season. 166 in SRO.
Crazy.
More than 20 alone in the Xfinity Series. And he's going to come through 3 and 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway. And he's going to win his first Xfinity Series championship in Sidewinders. He's going to drift it out of 4. Your champion, Blake Giglio.
He looked excited.
Very, very excited over the radio, Blake Giglio. He's very, very Blake Giglio.
Stoic.
Yes.
So it'll
Let's
be
go grab
Giglio, Wolfenbarger, Martin, and Wilson for the championship 4.
Blake Giglio, race winner.
We did it!
Season 10 Xfinity Series champion. Blake, it's your first Xfinity championship. You've tried a bunch. You got a bunch of wins. You are the all-time wins leader in SRL. How does it feel to get your first Xfinity championship?
It feels really good. I was telling Lucas earlier, I was like, this is the one I want to win the most. Like, I haven't won one yet. I've been here for a long time, and I'm just happy we could finally get one. And, you know, we did pretty damn good tonight with the tires, and I'm just I think, you know, shout out to you earlier telling me what to do. You really helped with my long run speed, I think, as well. So I really appreciate that, and hell yeah, we got one.
I mean, you were the dominant car all night. I don't think you needed me to tell you how to run tonight, but that is your 18th win in Xfinity, your first championship, like we said. Congratulations! You're getting a bunch of congratulations here on the front stretch.
Yeah, this is more than I thought. Normally, I'm like not favored at all. Normally, I'm getting wrecked, so I'm happy we didn't get wrecked and we won.
Yeah, you really put yourself in good spot all night. You had the one little scuffle with Garrett in 3 and 4 there. We thought you were going around. We thought you were wrecked.
Yeah, luckily we were able to hold on to that. I thought for sure I was cooked. I was like, yeah, that's the way I'd lose one, right? So, I mean, happy that we didn't wreck each other. And I knew my long run speed was just really good. I knew I just had to take my time, and cannot believe we were actually fast at Homestead. So, feels good.
2 consecutive wins at Homestead, you asshole.
Well, not an Xfinity car, normally.
Well, that's your 18th win in the Xfinity Series. 6 more to go before you become the winningest Xfinity driver. So go try to get that one too. And
Who's that?
Hit us with the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs.
Shout out to you guys, obviously, for broadcasting all year. You guys do a great job up there. Shout out to Travis, put on this league. He does a great job with that. Shout out to all the Final Four guys. I thought it was a great race all around. Shout out to Lucas Weitzman for the crew chief calls tonight. He did a great job with the strategy, so shout out to him. And that paint scheme he made looks really good in these pictures, so I'm really excited about that.
Well, congrats on your championship, sir. And just a few notes from chat, I should say. Rowdy says that you have to put an asterisk next to it because you didn't beat Hayden for it. And Andrew Beach says, let's go, buddy. So, you know, 2 opposite ends of the spectrum there. But congratulations. I'm proud of you. You did really well.
I appreciate it, DG. Like I said earlier, I really wanted an Xfinity one, and I'm just super happy we finally got one.
All right, well, Blake, do you want the answer who holds the most wins in Xfinity all time?
It's you.
It is me.
I was going to say, it's the guy talking. That's the only reason he brought it up.
I knew it was. I just want to hear him say it with his own voice.
You just wanted to hear the arrogance.
I have 24. Lucas is 23, so Lucas could have tied me tonight, but unfortunately you had to ruin that for him. So
Poor Lucas.
Yeah, poor Lucas, right? He wins the sun watch. Poor Lucas.
Speaking of which, we'll bring Lucas up here. second in the race, and just not able to get it done tonight. What more do you need, Lucas?
Well, a little bit of sacrifice for the teammate. Didn't want to trap him a lap down if a caution happened to come out right at that ending. So I pit it with him and got rid of my extra lap that I had, but it didn't matter. He was really good on a long run. He passed me about 20 laps into every run anyway, so it didn't matter. He was just bad fast all night, and yeah, it was still a really fun night at Homestead. A lot of green flag racing, and my wrists are killing me. But yeah, it was just a fun night running that bottom and then ripping the wall. Just love this place.
Beautiful. Well, congrats on the strong run tonight. Very good season for you, despite not making that Final Four. You still had an outstanding season, 6 wins, nothing to be too ashamed of. We appreciate you being out here. Unfortunately, those little gremlins crept up and kept you out of some of the points there during the playoffs, but hell of a season. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. So 6 wins on the season. I still came out of this one feeling pretty happy.
10-4. You got those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for that awesome run tonight?
Yep, just a big shout out to Quinn and 712 Breaks. You guys for broadcasting all season. Travis and everybody who put effort into the series. Xfinity has just had some phenomenal racing all year, so it's been fun. And everybody raced tonight. Hell of a clean race. It was cool.
10-4. We appreciate you, buddy, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series.
Yes, sir. See you there.
That is Lucas Hoitzman. And the next highest finisher we have left in chat is Cliff Mullins, so we're going to talk to Cliff. Get our third interview out of the way. Cliff, you're the next one in the results that is still in voice chat. So how's it going?
Goddamn, my fucking wheelbase is hot as fuck right now. Jeez.
You sawing on that thing all night?
Oh yeah, I was ripping the fuck out of that damn thing, man.
Well, you had look like you and Casey Graves every pit cycle. At some point, he would catch up to you and get back around you. But had to be fun for those few laps when you guys would be side by side racing. Anything else interesting going on your night?
Not really. I ran by myself most of the time. No, it was fun racing with him. He burned his stuff up the first run, and I went a little bit long. So I kind of burned my stuff up trying to get back to him after that, and then I kept trying to short pit him in order to get in front of him, and I was hoping that maybe I could. At one point, I was catching the 51 there for a little bit, but I think me and him did the same thing right there at the end. Took 2 tires, and that was the wrong fucking thing to do. That sucked. That was terrible to drive. But yeah, Casey got up there. Every time he had about 7 or 8 lap better tires than I did, and it wasn't much hope. I did get into the back of him on the damn backstretch. I got a hell of a run off the top, and I didn't think I was going to hit him. I didn't think I was that close to him. Kind of the same thing Daniel says all the time. And
Netcode.
Yeah, I kind of netcoded him and kind of a little squirrely on the backstretch there.
Well, we actually caught that out of the stream. It was pretty crazy. Congrats on running the whole season. It was nice to see you out there, and you had a pretty mid-season, but appreciate you being out here and putting work in, and hopefully we'll see you back here next season.
Yeah, it's the first time I've actually been able to run full time, and so I'm seeing just how absolutely god awful I am.
Right? Like, I got out there in the cup car, and I was like, oh my god, I am so terrible at this. So I know what you mean. I definitely can relate to that. Yeah, congrats on having a great night tonight, finishing up in the 8th spot in the top 10 when a lot of people didn't even finish the race. So fantastic job there, keeping up with it. And go ahead and hit me with the friends, family, sponsor shoutouts for your awesome finish tonight.
Yeah, got to thank LH Designs for this paint scheme. He put the number on it for me. We all ran Allgaier schemes because he won the championship. So I picked the one from Martinsville because that's Jaron's favorite driver. So I wanted to run it again for the night too. He thought it was cool as shit that I was driving just an Allgaier paint scheme. So shout out to him. Shout out to Emily and Alicia for hopefully cooking me a fucking pizza here in a little bit. And I'm gonna go play some fucking Call of Duty or something.
Hey, sounds fun. I might join you.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, bye.
I'm terrible. If you think I'm bad at iRacing, I'm really bad at that.
Oh, you should see me. Anyway, have a good night, bud. Appreciate you.
Yep. Appreciate it, man.
I was like, you okay? What a night. Well, what'd you think of the night, the race, the championship, the season? Give me your thoughts.
I mean, that was a good, clean race where, kind of hard to argue anything against the best driver winning. And although maybe the best driver didn't win the championship overall, certainly the best driver throughout the final 5 weeks was able to bring it home and get it done at Homestead Miami Speedway.
10-4. Well, that's Hayden's thoughts on it. Appreciate you being up here in the broadcast booth. You'll be back behind the wheel next season. I know you missed these cars, and it was nice to see some other people winning that wasn't you. And now you get to go extend your winning streak.
Yeah, 24 wins in Xfinity. I've won every other championship since I won my first one in season 5. So, season 11. We'll see what I can do.
10-4. Good luck behind the wheel next season. Not that you need it. And we'll see you back here. And we'll go ahead and run through our final results, get the bills paid, and get out of here. We have Blake Giglio getting the win in the race. Lucas Hoyes, Garrett Wolfenbarger, Mike Fisher, and Travis Martin, your top 5. Brad Wilson, Casey Graves, Cliff Mullins, Dalton Hayes, and Jeremy Scherer pick up top 10s. Page 2, J.R. Deal, Ian Montrose, Daniel Llewellyn, Zach Martinson, Jeff Prochaski, Jay Munch, and Matt Benke. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Thanks once again to our partners at Arc Music Xfinity Series. Hey, you were not in this race. You were in the broadcast booth.
I made 2 laps, damn it, and I get credit for it.
Fine. Hayden Lowell finishes 18th, last on the grid, slowest car out there. Happy birthday, motherfucker, by the way. And I hope you have a great off season. We'll see you most likely in the SRX season, even based just on wins if you don't win a championship, but I'm sure you'll win one. And yeah, it's been fun. I enjoyed having you up here in the booth.
It's been fun, Swiss. I appreciate you having me for this season. And yeah, fun. Learned some new skills. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Got more confident as the season went on in it. And hopefully everyone else enjoyed it too. And hopefully everyone can not enjoy me behind the wheel next season.
All right. Tell us about Arc Music so we can get out of here.
Arc Music is a DJ and karaoke supplier here in the Midwest. You need some DJ and effects in the Midwest area for weddings, parties, events, just give Arc Music a call and we can hook you up.
All right. Congrats once again to Blake Giglio winning the title. Congrats to everyone for having a great season in Xfinity. Appreciate Travis Martin and company putting it on for us. And each and every one of our drivers helps makes things go around here. We appreciate you so very much. Have a great, wonderful off season. We'll see you back here for season 12 coming up in the new year.
Bye-bye.
That will definitely be the end of that video. You will literally hear that right at the end.